Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Akwat that are listening, learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,000, one third the hopeful elect of Israel, and the brother Yahshua. Shalom and salutations to you all. There's a setup. There's a plan already being run. Whatever happened yesterday, right, is a result of a plan that's set in motion. Okay. Trump been acting funny. Everybody knows that him and Putin have secret ties. And now that he's in office, the whole West is afraid that he's flipped. So what they're doing now is they're attacking him publicly, right? Because they've already come together and laid a plan. All right. Jeremiah 50 and 24, I've laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let me read that here. Listen, Babylon, for I have set a trap for you. Listen, Babylon, for I have set a trap for you. You are caught, for you have fought against the Lord. I set a trap for you, Babylon, and you were caught before you knew it. You were found and captured because you opposed the Lord. So let's watch this. And they're kind of laughing how the world reacted to Trump's outburst. So this isn't the first time this happened. So let's watch this, and then we'll go straight to this, which happened about 4 days ago now. See? Macron. So they're attacking this dude. They're waiting until the cameras go on in the world stage, and then they're doing to him what he's doing to the world. They say, oh, we'll use his tactics against him. You understand? Catch him off guard, and he comes back with a good fight. So what we're watching right now, see, the world stage has become the WWF. And this guy is the WWF. He's the king of the folding chair. Okay? He's reality TV. What is the WWF? It's deception. Well, what the hell do you think all of this is? Right now, this is who's got the biggest dick, who could talk the most shit, and who's got the most missiles. And guess who that is? It's Vlad. Anyway, let's watch this. I got it queued up. CNN. Where did the questions come from? And they're going to be captioning right here so you can keep up with what's going on. Now, what's going on right here? What is this? Oh, yeah. Wait, no, that's Macron. I don't want to watch Macron first. Salak. Let's watch this first. How the world reacted to Trump's outburst. CNN, ITV News. Is it CNN? ITV News 16 hours ago. Slovakia. I got ahead of myself. Here we go.
Well, the showdown, which Donald Trump acknowledged was sure to be great television, was obviously watched closely around the world, not least.
You hear that? That Donald Trump said was sure to be great television. This dude is he's reality TV royalty. Okay? He's at the top of the reality TV food chain. Don't remember. And that's acting. Just as Zelensky is an actor. He's a comedian, he's an actor. All right? You can't forget these things. All right?
Was obviously watched closely around the world, not least by the friends and foes. Well, the showdown, which Donald Trump acknowledged was sure to be great television, was obviously watched closely around the world, not least by the friends and foes of its protagonists, who tonight find themselves politically and diplomatically divided.
Okay.
How many are?
And that's the point. Okay? Going back to what? That snare. You think Let me tell you something about Europe. Right? Europe is scared as fuck because what did Trump do? He ran straight to Vlad and said, "I'm on Vlad's side," and Europe was like, "Oh shit, oh shit." Vlad said, "Let me hit London first. I'm gonna take down Big Ben." Right? He was saying that. He'd been saying that for the long. Now they're scared. Okay, so everybody sided with Zelensky. Okay, that was the reaction. Okay, so listen close. What's going on?
How many raised voices, how many pointed fingers has the Oval Office seen in the many decades it has been the most powerful office in the world? Well, never like this, where in front of the cameras a foreign leader fighting for the future of his country has refused to be diplomatic and left the president furious and his supporters spitting with outrage.
What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. I think most Americans saw a guy that they would not want to go in business with. The way he handled the meeting, the way he confronted the president was just over the top.
In a sign of the deepening, definite diplomatic divide between Washington and Europe, support for the Ukrainian president across the Atlantic was immediate. Dear Ukrainian friends, you are not alone, said Poland's Prime Minister. Dear Vladimir, said Germany's most likely next leader, we stand with Ukraine in good and testing times.
You think they didn't discuss all of this before this is all a setup? You think these countries didn't get together and discuss what you see happening right now?
Never confuse aggressor and victim in this terrible war.
Il y a un peuple agressé qui est l'Ukraine.
On a visit.
Who's that? On a visit? Wait, Salak.
Portugal tonight, President Macron looked forward to a meeting of Europe's leaders in London this weekend.
As though they haven't already gotten it straight. If this is tonight, like he said, 4 days earlier, he did the same thing. What's going on? Can you see it?
When Ukraine comes under pressure, he said, Europeans must make sure we can provide it with what it needs. Further east, the reaction to what happened in Washington was nothing short of gleeful. The insolent pig finally got a slapdown in the Oval Office, said former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev.
Can you see what's going on? Okay. Woo, this is huge.
Donald Trump is right, he continued. The Kiev regime is gambling with World War III. In Ukraine, all this comes at the end of a week when Russia's bombardment of its cities has been as intense as ever.
President Zelensky, he was trying only to explain, to provide arguments, and he was in minority in this discussion. There was President Trump, J.D. Vance, the vice president, and he was alone. And he is not native speaker, But despite this, he was defending his country.
See, here's how America sees what's going on. Well, Biden fucked everything up, and now Trump is going to make everything. The whole world sees like America is full of shit. Don't matter who's in the office. You motherfuckers are full of shit. Which they are. America sees it like, it's all Biden. Whatever happened before was Biden, that's bullshit. The world don't see it like, Ukraine don't see it like that. They see it like, motherfucker, you got us into this fight. Get us out. Fight for us. What are we doing here? Remember the yellow and blue flags and all the waving and shit? And all the backing? Remember that? What happened to that? You flip-flop, you change horses in the middle of the stream. You're double-minded as all fuck, right? No, what do you look like? What does America look like to the outside world? The outside world isn't taking into account a left-right paradigm. It's all one. It's all America. Foreign policy is full of shit. One way or the other. They don't see no left or right. They see you over there killing Arabs, right? Funding terrorists, right? and making up stories to go exterminate nations willy-nilly. They see exactly what the fuck is going on. Anyway.
Well, he has no choice, but to defend us.
Ever since he came to power, America and Europe have been united in their support for this man. In a few tense televised minutes in the White House today.
Okay, so there was an attack. This guy said some slick shit, right, under his breath, and your boy Vance caught it, and Vance started a ball rolling, and then they went back and forth, and he knew he was going to do that when he went in. He had to, because, I mean, for whatever his cause was. But when we watch this, okay, 4 days ago, not yesterday, okay, not yesterday, this is the same thing. So what they've decided is they're not going to let Trump push them around on the world stage. They're fighting back and actually preempting a strike. Because what's going on here, Macron interrupts, what's going on, these criminals at the highest level are discussing how they're going to divide the spoils. Well, who's going to get that money? See, look at this. Clarifies how Europe gave money to Ukraine. Well, I got to get my money back. For sending money and weapons, I needs to get reimbursed. See, we're gonna take this land. We're gonna be able to get that land back that Vlad took. See, right now, this is big bank take little bank, and motherfucker, I'm taking your land and your natural resources, and I gave you some money, and now you owe me. This is some real gangster shit going on from the very top. Okay, now again. This guy is coming in saying, look, nigga, if Ukraine wants to continue the war, I got to get my hands on them minerals that Vlad already had got his hands on. Now, how we going to, you see that? He's like, I'll save the operation, but I got to get the minerals. And Vlad already took them. So how do we negotiate that? See, this is a big con game, and Don the Con here is trying to get in on it. Okay, what happened was Biden was fucking greasing his family's future over in Kiev, and then he got ousted, and now it's his turn. He's like, nigga, where do I get in? Right, I'm already trying to get Gaza in everybody's face. And, not like he meant that or anything, but he did. Okay, so anyway, let's watch a little bit of this. This is about money and land. Taking money and land is what's going on all over the world. That's what world wars are about, taking money and land. I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to have to get that Greenland. I'm going to have to get that Alaska back. And these resources, I know it's under them mountains, them pyramids and shit.
It's going to be something we're talking about.
Will you convince Vladimir Putin to accept the European troops as peacekeepers?
It's going to start.
Yeah, he will accept that.
Okay. Now she's going to ask a question about some money. What's happening with them billions of dollars that you took from Russia? What's going to happen with that? And then Macron, Trump is going to say, well, I'm going to let him talk. He's going to feed it to Macron. Macron is going to say, well, matter of fact, here's what happened. And then she's going to say, well, are you going to pay back the U.S. for what they did? And Macron is going, well, not really, nigga, because the money don't go down like that. Here's how the money's going to, we're going to pay Ukraine. Watch the conversation, because it all goes back to gangster shit at the highest level. They're dividing the spoils in everybody's face. Why are they suddenly doing business in everybody's face? That's the question, right? They're having these arguments. These arguments are not for CNN, but suddenly they're having, maybe the Most High wants the world to see what the hell is going on right before he lowers the boom mic on a motherfucker's head. Anyway, watch this.
I've asked him that question.
You talk to him?
I've asked him that question.
Yes.
Because he's not, look, If we do this,
She keeps trying to ask, are they going to lift that block on that money that y'all stole from Russia and they're mad about it? You know, sanctions or whatever.
he's not looking for more war. He doesn't mind, but I've specifically asked him that question. He has no problem with it.
Is France going to lift the block on the $300 billion in frozen Russian assets in Belgium? France has opposed unfreezing it to tell Ukraine and compensate the U.S. for its support. Is France going to lift its opposition to that?
Okay, so he feeds it to Macron. This is very important. Macron is going to very meticulously go through what's going on with the money we stole, right? And how if we don't do this correctly, then the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military, he goes into the Geneva Conventions he goes in, I got to do this shit lawfully by the ISS and the, right? How we stole this. There are rules to how you steal money and land and how you get it, you know. And then this motherfucker, wait. They finna give up some money. And then they get into the same. So this happened 4 days prior to the one that happened yesterday, because they're not going to let this guy bully anymore. Why? Because they came together to a consensus. They already have a plan, right, to destroy Babylon. Watch.
This is we speak about frozen assets. We already used them to back precisely the loans negotiated at the G7. And it's part of the sanctions, so it will depend on the follow-up of the discussions. But clearly, we respect international law. It's just frozen assets now. You can take the proceeds of the frozen assets, but you cannot take the assets themselves because it's not respecting international law, and we want to respect international law.
Who the fuck is respecting international law right now? Netanyahu, Ben-Gvir, Smotrich, any of these motherfuckers that should be at the tribunal right now? No, they're kicking live after and during and planning another genocide. So what the fuck are you talking? Who's respecting international law? The international law of crooks that says you could steal somebody's money during a war or whatever.
You can take the proceeds from it. How can we not?
Because it's very different. You keep the assets, you take the proceeds because they are paralyzed in a certain way. You take the proceeds during the wartime, but you keep the assets, and it's part of the negotiation at the end of the war. Because, I mean, this war costed all of us a lot of money. And this is the responsibility of Russia, because the aggressor is Russia. So at the end of the day, this frozen asset should be part of the negotiation, all in all.
To the victor go the spoils. What about that? Big bank take little, but watch Trump.
Support the U.S. being compensated?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have.
That was the crux right there. She said, is U.S. going to get some money? He said, hell no, we can get some money. Give some to Ukraine, nigga, then I'm going to take big bank.
Will France support the U.S. being compensated?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear.
Okay.
We have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging.
Now, he knows he's clown. He was waiting for him to pop in and tell a lie. And he said, okay, there he goes. Now let me correct. Now they're going to go back and forth and watch. No matter what he says, which he's right, because the Crook's law, he's going by Crook's law. He's going by his own law. He's making shit up on the fly, and he's going to continue to make shit up on the watch. Keep your eye on him, because he's going to be rebutting. You know, I don't give a damn what statistics, nigga. It's what I say. I say what I say, nigga. I'm Nero. Watch.
They are frozen. If at the end of the day, in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day, and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me. But they get their money back, and we don't, and now we do. But, you know, that's
We
only
will find
fair.
costs to do
So
that.
Russia is the one that pays everybody back, are they the aggressor?
Well, we're negotiating everything, and everything's on the table, and we'll see if we can get some land back, and we'll see about a lot of different things. And we're gonna be making a little speech and say a few words in a little while. We're gonna have another meeting, a luncheon meeting, and we'll see you in about 2 hours. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
A fascinating end to that meeting there in the Oval Office as French President Emmanuel Macron seemed to correct or clarify President Trump, characterizing how Europe is giving aid to Ukraine. But a lot of news made here, Trump saying that Russian leader Vladimir Putin would be okay with European peacekeepers in Ukraine as part of a potential deal to.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue to watch. We got 2 attacks. Okay. This is an attack on the U.S. That right there. What they're saying is, U.S. has gone rogue. Okay, and we've cut ties. We're acting cool. We're kissing the ring. See, we need some money. Why are they in the Oval? They need some money. They're kissing the ring because they ain't got nothing, right? They ain't had nothing for a while. What are they doing? They're kissing the ring, right? But they already made this plan. I set a trap. And you were caught before you knew it. So this guy, he don't even know that the trap is sprung. See? See that? They already know. Because they know what he's going to do. This is about gangster. These motherfuckers ain't nothing but some gangsters with suits. See, Al Capone and them, right? Gangsters today, they don't wear suits. Oh, I'm gangster, nigga, I'm gangster, I'm gangster. No, these are the gangsters. The gangsters that niggas are trying to be look like this. And that's one. See, like John Gotti, this motherfucker is a throwback to John Gotti, the Gotti years. People don't know that. See, John Gotti is gone, right? But this guy, when Gotti was running the street and hustling, this motherfucker, they had respect for each other as hustlers, street hustlers, really. That made it, you know, he had his daddy's money, you know, but hey, that's part of it. Anyway, if you have spiritual eyes, you can see that the fix is already in, right? Because he's like this, motherfucker, if you don't do what I say and shut the fuck up, and they're like this, we're not going to do that. We already got a plan. He's like, oh, well, so be it then. No, they already got a plan, right? They're not shutting up. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to watch, and if this happens again with a different face, because when you go back here, we got here, where is it? Okay, and this guy, where was he? Right here. Remember this? This is 4 days later. As opposed to this. This was 4 days ago, this was yesterday. Right? And here's what happened yesterday, Slovakia. Here's what happened yesterday, and here's the results of what happened yesterday. Slovakia. Not that. This is what happened. This happened yesterday, I believe. Yeah, 69. Right? Another attack. And this is the result. Let's look at that again.
Ukrainian president across the Atlantic was immediate. Dear Ukrainian friends, you are not alone, said Poland's prime minister.
Poland. Poland. Where is World War III going to start? Poland? Or, I didn't mean that, I meant, who is Vlad going to strike first when he's done with the Ukraine? Poland? Okay.
Volodymyr, said Germany's most likely next leader, we stand with Ukraine in good...
Woo! what does all of this mean to Trump? We stand with Zelensky. This is huge. Okay? This is huge.
And testing times. We must never confuse aggressor and victim in this terrible war.
Il y a un peuple agressé qui est l'Ukraine.
On a visit to Portugal tonight, President Macron looked forward to a meeting of Europe's leaders in London this week.
You hear this? What are they going to talk about? Not including Trump. This is Europe's leaders. They're going to reinforce the plan that's already in place.
Look forward to a meeting of Europe's leaders in London this weekend. When Ukraine comes under pressure, he said, Europeans must make sure we can provide it with what it needs.
They've been under pressure since Trump flipped and went back to Vlad and started voting with Russia. They've been watching this whole thing, you know, the support for the war fall apart. And now we're here.
Further east, the reaction to what happened in Washington was nothing short of gleeful. The insolent pig finally got a slap down in the Oval Office, said former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. And Donald Trump is right, he continued. The Kiev regime is gambling with...
So Medvedev is on Trump's side. Huh, imagine that.
War III.
Wait a minute, that World War III, that needs to be mentioned. Just being thrown about. No, this is World War III. We're not gambling with it. This is it. That's all we need. All right, so let's get this on the way up. Obadiah, we're going to apply it. Obadiah 1. See what we get. What is it, 7? We're going to apply this. Because there's a bunch of Edomites anyway, but the Confederacy. Esau's confederate with Esau. Different tribe, different dukes. Obadiah 1 and 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay. So, what is it, 17 or 14? Revelation 14? It's a lot. I get it mixed up. What am I looking for? Where did that just come from? Slovakia. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, and burn her with fire. Must be, is it 17? Slovakia. Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. They're going to shoot them missiles, right? The EU, right? Over there with NATO. Okay. These shall hate the whore. OGEU. Slovakia. Who's this? He's not in the EU. Is I don't think. Let's see. Slovakia. It is one of 9 current EU candidate countries. Candidate, that means that they're not in the EU, together with Albania, decided to open what? Slovakia, sorry. Decided to open accession negotiations access to open access negotiations. So they're not a part of it. They're in negotiation. So they're part of it. All right, so, I mean, I guess that means something. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Burn her with fire. The plan is already in it's set. They know what they got to do. That whore got to go, man. All right? Anyway, with that, we hope that the elect ratified you brothers and sisters. Shalom.